This is what we mean by a peplum blouse. This is 360 flay. This is 360 flay now. From here, that's what we call flay. From this down part now, from this half length now, this is what we call flay. Then from this upside now, we call it what? The half length. Then on this line now, we have what? Your under bust measurement here. So for this now, to detach your flay from the half length now, you have the total length that you take, which is the length of the blouse minus the half length, will give you what? Your flay length. E.g., the length of the blouse is 24 minus the half length 16. Our flay length now is what? Our flay length is what? 8. When you minus 24 minus 16, it give you 8. So that 8 now, this is the 8 here for the flay now, plus 2 inches allowance. That is 2 inches to turn the, then 1 inches to turn the flay for the down, the other 1 inches for the joining of the flay up, making total of 2 inches. That is what gives us 10 inches here. And the formula to calculate 360 flay is 6.28. That is formula to calculate any flay or any cycle. That is formula for calculating cycle. Then you now take the total SP. I call it SP, which is total waist measurement, plus your zipper allowance, which is total waist measurement plus your zipper allowance, all over 6.28. That is, my total SP was 33, which is total shape was 33, plus my zipper allowance 2 inches. It gave me 35. So you now what? Bring the 6.28 under it. When you divide 35 divided by 6.28, it gives you 5.57. When you approximate it now, it gives you 5.6. That is to tell you, okay, to calculate that flay now, this is the flay that we are talking about here. To calculate this cycle inside here now, that is the 5.6 that we are having here. Then the 5.6 now plus our flay length now. Our flay length, I think it was what? 10. Plus the 5.6 now, it gives us 15.6. Then since you are folding the material into 2, you double twice that 15 into 2. 15.6 plus 16.6, 15.6 give us 31.2. So 31.2 now, that is what you are going to what? Be folding into 4 before cutting what? Your flay out. This is what I'm talking about. I was having 31.2, right? This is my 31.2 now. This is my 31.2. I'm making use of satin fabric 1 yard. This is 31.2 I'm having here. That 31.2. I also get what? 31.2 here. So while cutting it out now, so this is my flay now. I'm going to make use of. So all what I need to do now, first fold it into 2. By the time I fold it into 2 and I measure, I have my 15.6 that I measured that time. Then when folding it into what? 4 now, all the 4 corner side now I'll be having 15.6 and what? 15.6 here. So by the time I iron it now, my initial flay depth to cut the cycle in here was 5.7. This is the 5.7 that I was having here. 5.6 that I was having here. 5.6 that I was having here. Then you just trace that 5.6 all around. Then you have this. That is what the calculation stands for, to get this. Then my length of flay was what? 8 that time. This is 8 inches. That was my flay length. This is 8 inches here. That was my flay length. This is 8 inches. Then I was having 2 inches as my allowance that time. This is 2 inches. Then on this particular side now, I'll come up by what? I will not cut it direct. I'll come up by what? By half inches. Then I'll trace it out like this. Then the next thing, you make sure that what you pick this particular side that has that you can open it. Then you dart it out this way. This particular one that you dart out serves as what? The place for your zipper allowance, and then where that your zipper will be. Look at what I'm talking about here. This is the 360 flay that we are talking about here. The easiest way to get your second step flay, or be it any type of flay that you are, step of flay that you are making, is for you to just bring back this particular side that you cut out. Then from this down part, you measure how many are the gap, how do you want the gap of the flay to be. You understand? For example, now if I want my gap of flay to be what, 3 inches now, are you getting me? I'll just take the 3 inches out like this. Do you understand? Then I'll measure whatever I have here, serve as what, my second step flay. Now I'm having 12.5. 12.5, you have to, because I fold it into 2 now. Are you getting me? 12.5 plus 12.5. 12.5 plus 12.5. It gives us 25.
Yes, 25.
Give us 25. That is, I'm going to cut the lining now. 25 by what? 25. I'll measure what? 25. This is 25 by what? 25. To be as safe as I can even add 1 inch to it, making it what, 26. Then if I fold it into 2 now, I'll measure my what? 12.5. Look at the 12.5 here. Then that's in 12.5 here. 12.5. 12.5. Then I remove this down part out. So after drafting the 12.5 out, you just make use of this same particular the one for the first step. Then you trace it out. No need for you to take any other measurement again. This serves as what, your second step of the flay. Then look at how the flay is. You can see that you have equal size of the flay now. So that's how to get your second. If I'm going for a third flay now, I'll just still bring this particular one. Then I'll measure now. Since it's 3 inches gap that I'm giving to it, I'll measure. This is my third step flay, and then I'll measure. I'm having 9.5 now. From 12, I'm having 9.5. So that is how you get what, your third step flay out of it. Depend on the size and the step of flay that you are making. So, but for this, I'm making just 2 steps of flay. So I'm done with the peplum now.